a man with 5 wives, 25 children, one household built on plural marriage, and he says his family is completely normal. In a world where traditional monogamy is still the dominant relationship model, stories like this spark curiosity, confusion, admiration, and criticism all at once. Today, we're diving into how a polygamist family with 5 wives functions daily, what normal means inside their household, the logistics of raising 25 children, the emotional dynamics between spouses, public reaction and criticism, and whether plural marriage can truly operate like any other family structure. This isn't about sensationalism. It's about understanding how one man and his 5 wives define family in a way most people never will. Let's get into it. When the man at the center of this story says his family is normal, that word does a lot of heavy lifting. To most people, normal means 2 parents, a handful of children, 1 household, shared finances, traditional romantic exclusivity. But to this polygamist father, normal means something else. Normal is shared responsibility, structured scheduling, emotional transparency, cooperative parenting, and a belief system that supports plural marriage. The word normal isn't universal. It's cultural. It's personal. It's shaped by experience. And for his 25 children, this is the only reality they've known. Managing one marriage requires communication, compromise, and emotional effort. Managing 5, that requires a system. In plural marriages, especially those influenced by fundamentalist Mormon traditions historically associated with groups like the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, structure is key. However, not all modern polygamist families are affiliated with any church. Some operate independently. In this case, the husband explains that each wife has designated time with him. Decisions are discussed collectively. Household roles are clearly defined. Conflict resolution is handled in group discussions. Critics often assume chaos, but many plural families emphasize routine in order to maintain balance. Still, scheduling alone doesn't eliminate emotional complexity. One of the biggest questions people ask: how do the wives deal with jealousy? The husband claims jealousy is natural, but manageable. According to plural marriage advocates, jealousy is addressed through communication. Emotional honesty is encouraged. Spiritual belief reinforces commitment. But let's be realistic. Even in monogamous relationships, insecurity can surface. Now multiply that by 5 partners sharing one spouse. Some former members of polygamist communities have spoken publicly about emotional competition and favoritism. Stories depicted in shows like Sister Wives brought those challenges into mainstream conversation. So when this man says his family is normal, skeptics wonder, are emotions truly equal? Or simply managed quietly? 25 children is not just a family. It's an institution. Logistically, raising that many children requires massive financial planning, coordinated schooling, shared childcare, structured discipline systems, delegation among spouses. In plural households, parenting is often described as a major advantage. With multiple mothers, there is almost always someone available. Responsibilities are shared. Children grow up in a built-in social environment. However, critics raise concerns. Individual attention may be diluted. Older children may take on adult responsibilities early. Emotional needs could be overlooked. The father insists every child feels valued and supported. But the scale alone raises complex questions. Let's talk numbers. Housing, food, clothing, healthcare, education, transportation. 25 children and 5 wives create enormous financial pressure. Some polygamist families operate businesses collectively. Others rely on multiple incomes from each spouse. Some face criticism over public assistance use, though not all families do. This father claims his family is financially stable and self-sufficient. But sustaining a household of this size requires careful budgeting and strategic planning. Normal in this case might mean disciplined, organized, economically strategic. Polygamy remains illegal in many Western countries, including much of the United States, though enforcement varies. Public perception often associates plural marriage with religious extremism, coercion, patriarchal control. High-profile cases involving figures like Warren Jeffs have shaped public opinion dramatically. As a result, any polygamist family claiming normalcy faces automatic skepticism. The father argues that his household operates on consent and equality. But public trust is hard to earn when history includes abuse scandals in certain sects. that stigma affects the children too. They may face bullying, curiosity, or judgment outside the home. Family psychologists often emphasize children thrive in environments with stability, emotional security, clear boundaries, consistent parenting. Plural families argue they provide these elements, sometimes even more abundantly than smaller households. But research on polygamy's psychological impact is mixed and limited. Some former members report trauma. Others describe strong sibling bonds and positive upbringing. Like many family systems, outcomes depend heavily on leadership dynamics, communication quality, financial security, emotional maturity of adults involved. So normal may vary household to household. One critical discussion point. Is the structure inherently unequal? In most traditional polygamist models, one man has multiple wives. Rarely is the structure reversed. This raises questions about gender power balance, decision-making authority, autonomy. The husband insists each wife chose this life freely, and autonomy is central to the ethical debate. If every adult consents willingly and remains free to leave, proponents argue it is simply another lifestyle choice. But critics question whether social conditioning influences that choice. Shows like Big Love and reality series such as Sister Wives have shaped how audiences understand plural marriage. Media often dramatizes jealousy, power struggles, secretive communities. This family's claim of normalcy challenges that narrative. But audiences trained to expect dysfunction may struggle to accept harmony at face value, according to the father. Mornings are structured. Meals are coordinated. Chores are assigned. School runs are organized like clockwork. Each wife may oversee specific domains. Education, meal planning, budgeting, scheduling. Large families, even monogamous ones, require similar organization. The difference is scale. The biggest long-term question. Will the children choose polygamy themselves? In plural communities, children often face a crossroads. Continue the tradition, or pursue monogamy. The father claims he supports individual choice. But cultural influence runs deep. Normal is often inherited. So, is a man with 5 wives and 25 children truly normal? The answer depends on perspective. Inside the home, normal means routine, love, shared responsibility, community. Outside the home, normal means something very different. Polygamy remains one of the most polarizing family structures in modern society. But whether you agree with it or not, it forces us to question what defines family. Is it numbers? Is it legality? Is it tradition? Or is it stability and consent? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe for more deep dives into unconventional family stories.